Hey guys, it's FifaRalle here and welcome to episode 19 of Let's FIFA 14, and the first thing I do in this episode is actually to sell on the squad I built in the last episode because I just couldn't get my play going with this team. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the opponents I faced, maybe it was the formation, or maybe it was just the players in the team overall. Can't really tell, but it just didn't work out and I felt I needed to sell it on. I kept the skillers, of course, in my club, and I'll try and get them into some other squads in the future to play a little bit more with them. But for now, we are building a team for the MLS kickoff tournament, and yeah, that pretty much means we're going to pick up a bunch of MLS players. And of course, we get King Thierry Henry, and we'll also be getting Eddie Johnson for the striker spot, and we get a few more 4-star skillers into the team. And apart from that, we get a quite solid defense, I'd say. The MLS got some really good players there. We get Olave, he's big, he's strong, he's fast, and a player very similar to that is Jean-Baptiste, also big, fast, and strong. So a very good center-back combination, I'd say. On the right back, we go with a win. I had to try him out, see how he plays. He's, of course, just extremely fast. And you know, pace is quite good on Ultimate Team. And finally, we get Benitez on the left back. And our goalkeeper will be G. Spurring. I think that's how you pronounce it. And I could have went with Jimmy Nielsen, but I used him in an MLS team in yesterday's stream. So instead, we went with a different keeper here. And he looks to have some really good stats all around for silver. The centre backs are Jean-Baptiste alongside with Olave. And yeah, as I said, they're both big, strong, and fast, and they seem to be very, very solid. Right back win, mainly just pace on him, not really any good stats other than that. And on the left back, we have Benitez, somewhat better stats than Win. He's a little bit slower, but he got good work rates, medium work rates, so he'll probably stay back a little bit more, and it seems to be a solid defense in my opinion. The center defensive mid is Alonso. He's quick, he's stronger, good defending, and seems to be a very solid player there. Left mid, we have Castillo. He's quick, 4-star skills, decent dribbling on him as well, and we will see if we can get some goals with him. Right mid, Tybert, not really that outstanding. He got 4-star skills, and he's the only 4-star skiller on the right side of the pitch in the MLS, so we had to get him, of course, to see how he plays. Center attack middle, we got Sanchez, and he seems really good. He's quick, he got a good dribbling, 4-star skills as well, and got some all-round good stats in my opinion. Moving on to the striker spots, we got some really good players. Eddie Johnson, he will probably be in most of the MLS teams because he's similar to Eda and Jackson Martinez. He's big, strong, fast, 4-star skills, can win headers, can finish, very solid all-round stats. And of course, the king, Thierry Henry on the top. Let's see if we can score some finesse shots, maybe some free kicks, and pull off some silky skill moves with him. And that is pretty much the squad we'll be playing with. But before we do that, we'll just show that we sold on a few players from the other squad we just sold on. And then we're ready to head on into the MLS kickoff tournament with our new squad, to see if we can pick up a few wins compared to yesterday's episode, which was not really that great with all the losses. So we're going to the game. We come up against a 4-3-3 squad in a false 9. And we get our first chance in the 8th minute. Thierry Henry on the ball here. He'll pass it through to Eddie Johnson. He takes the shot with the outside of his foot, and he'll make it a 1-0. So an early lead there. And we continue on in this game. 18th minute. Eddie Johnson on the ball. We flick it up in the air, and we'll pass it to Johnson. We'll play it through to Thierry Henry, and we'll get a goal. Unfortunately, we couldn't score it straight off. That would have been a pretty nice goal, let's say. But instead, we got the rebound to make it 2-0. Another little skill run going here, and once again, we get the rebound to make it 3-0. So we win the game because he decided to rage quit. We get the 9th rage quit of the series, and we move on through into the quarterfinals of the tournament, and we'll jump straight into that game as well. And we'll come up against a 4-1-2-1-2 squad here, and some quite solid players in that. And we get the game started in the 26th minute. We'll play it through to Johnson, and he can just finish from everywhere, it seems. He makes it 1-0. And when you look at the halftime stats, I was sitting on most of the chances, just couldn't really hit the target. But then into the second half, he plays a through ball, and I could see a player running across the other side of the box, but I couldn't get there despite trying to read the play. And instead, he breaks through again. He'll get a shot in, he'll get the rebound, and he will make it 2-1. And unfortunately, he went defensive after that, and I couldn't really break him down. So he wins the game at 2-1, and I'll have to start over in the tournament, unfortunately. But we'll go out and play in the Championship tournament instead, just to get the fitness up of the MLS squad. And they will play with our 4-4-2 side. and see if we can pick up a win with them. But guess what, we match up against a Bundesliga side, and I just haven't been able to play against Bundesliga sides lately. I don't know what it is, but I cross in, he will score a goal, and that is how the game ends. Oh, I just cannot play these Bundesliga sides. Maybe it's the teams I'm using against them that doesn't really get enough space. I don't know. But unfortunately, we lose another game. And instead, I wanted to go back into the MLS kickoff tournament. Because at least there, I could not face any Bundesliga sides. So we will search and we will eventually match up against an opponent. And we will match up against another 4-1-2-1-2 squad. And this was going to be a quite interesting game. The first thing he does is to substitute on Peter Cech, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Messi. And I thought, oh, this is going to be a tough game. But just 3 minutes later, after I did that, we'll turn a defender, play a through ball, and make it 1-0. And in the 33rd minute, we're on the board. Benitez here, he goes past one defender with the fake shot. He'll play it through to Henry. He fake shots past another defender and the finesse shot to make it 2-0. Then it's Johnson to get onto the ball. A few skill moves here. He breaks through. It falls to Sanchez, who takes the shot, but it goes just wide. Instead, we're into the second half. It's Henry on the ball. A few nice skill moves here. Goes past a few defenders. Tries out the long distance finesse shot, but it goes over the goal. And instead, we get a free kick. And Henry, he got some alright free kick stats. A lot of curve on it. And that means you'll be able to go with a power free kick quite close to goal and get it over and dip it into the top corner. And what a free kick that was from Thierry Henry to make it 3-0. A lovely goal there. I love free kick goals, and we win the game 3-0. And that is pretty much what this episode is gonna end off. It was somewhat better than yesterday's episode. Of course, there were a few losses, and I'll look to see if I can pick up just wins in the next episode. That would be nice to get back onto that winning streak we had before we faced all these Bundesliga squads. But anyways, the Skillers quest, I'll try and get the changed version of that up and going for tomorrow's episode, and that is pretty much going to be the end. I hope you did enjoy it. We'll be back again tomorrow, and that's all. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you later.